Welcome back to the shooting channel, and today we've got a little bit of a different film. We are going to do a range of semi-autos that are quite old semi-autos, and there is this one particular brand that's been making guns for years and years and years. They've made semi-autos. You always go into your local gun shop or shooting school and you always see one of these semi-autos. They might have a few scars on them, a few dents on them, but they never let you down. And if you want a cheap semi-auto for under £500, this is why I'm doing this film. And it's the Beretta range of semi-autos. And I've got the Beretta 303, probably 95% of new viewers have probably heard of a 303. I've got the Beretta 301, and I've got the Beretta 391. I've got 26-inch barrels with the external choke. Again, no recoil pad, probably 30, 40 years old. But they just keep on going. Fairly basic. The one thing they did do then is they have a big lever there to help you to pull that back. I've got an old Beretta 303. Again, no recoil pad. This is a bit more of a sporter one, whereas the one previous, the 26-inch one, was a game one. This has got a wide rib, multi-choke. Gold trigger, probably 25, 30 years old, but keeps on going. And then I've got the 391 Eureka, 12 gauge, a little bit newer this one. Beretta butt plate, quite a nice recoil pad, sporting rib, multi-choke, nice wide rib. And they made this actually with quite a high comb, where the other two have got quite low in the comb. This one's actually got quite a high comb there. And this one I think is probably my best out of the three of them, because it just comes up really, really well. This one handles more like an over and under than the other ones. I'm going to shoot them all and I'm going to see what they're like. If I look at all three of them, you can all see all three guns. They've got the multi-chokes. These two have got the multi-chokes inside with a normal choke key. And then the 26-inch one has actually got something a little bit different. You unscrew the end of it. And the choke actually comes out like that. Full choke. So just a little slightly different way of making a multi-choke gun within that. And this particular one that it's on is the game rib one. In a pigeon hide, it's absolutely spot on. So now I'm going to shoot a few and just see what happens. So I'm going to shoot the 301 first and just have a little bit of a chat about it. Then we'll go on to the others and we'll just shoot a few pairs with each one. Pull. Pull. So that's the 301, and again, apart from it gives you a little bit more recoil, gas operated. Again, you wouldn't be able, these three guns, you wouldn't be able to use really light cartridges with them, but these are 24 gram Fioccas. So they can use some light cartridges, but generally the older semi-autos, because they need that recoil to get the second shot off and the third shot off, you will need a little bit more thumpier. A little bit more recoil, but it handles really well. And if I was sat in a pigeon hide, absolutely superb. Short barrels. It's a really great little semi-auto for pigeon shooting. Now I'm going to shoot the 303, 28-inch barrels. Let's see what this one's like. Instantly, I feel it's slightly better. It's a little bit more heavier, a little bit more chunkier here in the fore end. So instantly, I prefer this one. Pull. And again, it does handle a lot better, being that little bit more chunkier and heavier with it. Pull. Pull. Again, for the money, under £500, you can't fault that. I like this. Again, if you're quite small and you want a light gun, then the 26-inch one, game one, is slightly better for you. But personally, I really like this 303, and I tell you what, they don't go wrong. I mean, I'll take this one apart. Everything's mint in there. So again, if they're looked after, they will go on forever and ever and ever. Easy to put together, you can't fault them. Now let's try the last one, the Eureka 391, which, if I really wanted to, this is probably my favourite and the one I would pick out of all. This is probably the more expensive one, but I'm looking at it more for probably clay shooting, and I have to say I do like one of these. I've had one of these for quite a long time, and I do like one of these. Pull. Pull. I have to say, it balances absolutely superbly. Out of them all, this is definitely my favourite, and I would go and buy one of these tomorrow if I'm looking for a cheap semi-auto. Pull. 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 And I would say, I'll just take this one apart. Easy to take apart. Just undo that there. Comes apart. That's all the gas operated stuff in there. They're pretty bulletproof. For the money, if you want a second-hand Urtal, have a look at them. And that was I picked 3 old Beretta Semi-Autos. My type of review, I didn't go into massive detail, but when I do a review, I just look at a practical shotgun, and if it works, and if it points, and if it kills the target. And that's what we're looking for. That's what these 3 old Beretta Semi-Autos do. They've got the price right, they've got the practicability right, they've got the stock dimensions right. But don't forget, if you want to semi-auto, go to your local shooting school. Even some of the best local shooting school, even if they're only £500, they'll let you go out and try them. Any information you would like to find out about these 3 guns, or any of the old Beretta Semi-Autos, please comment below. I hope you enjoyed this programme. Please like and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one.